Today is the day she went to the prenatal checkup. Her mother-in-law accompanied her. The doctor told her to be careful, not to have strong emotional fluctuations and remember to avoid collision or she will get in trouble. The evil step-grandmother is jealous of Ella, her stepdaughter living a rich life in a wealthy noble family. She guarded the front door of the hospital and finally had for her chance for revenge. Unaware of the danger ahead, Ella and her mother-in-law is still chatting happily. Observing carefully around, the wicked step-grandma noticed Ella's husband is not around on guard. She knows that the opportunity for revenge is coming. "You, the despicable thing!" She shouted fiercely as she put two powerful slaps to Ella's face. Ella didn't have time to react. After a loud scream, she then fell to the ground. Is it the end for Ella? When Lucas arrived, the door of the emergency room already closed. His mother expressed guilt for not able to protect Ella. The evil step-grandmother was too strong. Even one of her slaps can cause Ella to fall down the stairs. If it wasn't for the driver to help her in time, Ella and soon-to-be baby will be long gone. Seeing his mother blaming herself, Lucas could only pretend to calm down. He kept praying, hoping that his wife and child would be safe. Finally, the doctor came out. His wife and Chid were fine, but Ella needed to calm down. Lucas looked at his emaciated wife still trying to be strong. He was silent for a long time. "Get up and pick her up," Lucas whispered. "I won't let anyone hurt you again." His words have a great comfort to his wife. The thought crossed Lucas's mind that evil step-grandmother will not be forgiven for her evil doing. He called his male subordinates. This time, he definitely won't let this go. His plan is very simple. Within a week, he will make her lose all. Ella is still resting in sleep without knowing what would happen out there. A while until she open her eyes and wake up, only to see he staring at her with love. Handsome face, handsome short neat hair, combined with a black shirt, makes her admire and appreciate her husband than ever. She knows in her heart that she wants him to be always by her side. It's a bit wrong. Anyway, her husband still has work and the company waiting for him to handle. At this moment, suddenly Ella had a very bold thought as she said, "After giving birth, I also want to work in your company." Lucas thought his wife was joking. Business is the world, a big fish eating small fish like her. She will be eaten alive anyway, but Ella is not afraid of her difficult path ahead. Her knowledge, education will be her strength. Also, she had been working as a boss for a few months in the past. Besides, the boss of the company is her husband. These things together are enough for her to roam around in the business world. Ella finished talking, gently stroked forward to lift Lucas's chin. "Can I be your apprentice to learn the art of business?" Lucas couldn't resist his wife's flattery and seduction. Feeling happy with his love life, Lucas haven't forgotten his plan for revenge on the wicked step-grandmother, which has also begun. Back to the step-grandmother is now having a headache about the lawsuit case of her son who is still pending for verdict. She had been looking for a good lawyer, but no matter how much, no one dares to accept it. The step-grandmother is thinking hard for a solution, suddenly hearing from a passerby that a law office next door has a famous lawyer from the US. No matter how difficult the case, he can prevail. As she heard about it and asked passersby for the address of the lawyer. Who knows that after step-grandmother left, the passerby just now discreetly sneaked out the phone to call the lawyer. The prey has already arrived. The lawyer at this time met the old lady in the office. After learning about the case, he expressed it is not easy to overturn the lawsuit case of her son. Unless a lawyer fee of $300,000 is paid. The lady reluctantly agrees to pay the fee as the lawyer writes a receipt. The lady gnashing his teeth, thinking that she will be soon bankrupt after paying this, but she didn't know that this was just Lucas's first step in his plan for revenge. Not only schemed to torment the evil step-grandmother upside down, he also made her forever unable to come close and do harm to his wife. Later, the good news was revealed to Lucas as he expected. It is not too long for the wicked old lady and her daughter-in-law to notice the odds of the receipt from the lawyer. This receipt is very unprofessional and fake. Not only that, it is not notarized. The old lady and her daughter-in-law immediately went to the lawyer's office for clarification. They are bummed as they found the place is completely empty, like no one has ever been there. Everything happened just like a dream. The phone rang and it turned out that the verdict of her son had been granted, around 8 years in prison. The old lady collapsed as she lost all her lifetime saving and also her son. Her lifetime will be misery and indignation. The wicked old Lookday and her daughter-in-law can't help but torment each other on the street for their mishaps. They finally obediently went back to their homeland. Quickly after Lucas received the news, he mumbled, "If they already to their homeland, I will make sure they would not be able to escape from there for the rest of their lives." This is a parting gift he gave them. For the son of the old lady, Lucas also arranged for someone to make his life miserable enough for 8 years in prison. Back to Ella, she thought over and over and over, the due date of her baby is coming soon. Now will be her best time to start the business lesson with her husband. He immediately agreed to get up and go to the bed slowly. Take off the belt. She began to panic. Learn what? Business lesson? Why do you unbutton your pants? Suddenly, an unexpected visitor came who was Lucas's aunt with a gloomy face and a large bag of fruit. Knowing this woman's arrival was definitely nothing good. The lady opened her mouth and said that Ella was a kind person she was very fond of. She needs a favor from her. The lady hadn't finished speaking. Suddenly Lucas appeared and interrupted her. He didn't say a word. His aggressive face makes the auntie stop talking anymore. As expected, after going out the door, the lady immediately collapsed crying as she knelt down to Lucas. He stood there with no emotional expression. Stop begging. Nothing I can do to help. This lady is Tina's mother. Tina is a childhood friend who grew up together with Lucas. The two were bonded so close, more than brother and sister. They both shared a lot of memories growing up together. But thing had changed when they became high school students. At that time, Lucas was about to go study abroad, but this was objected by Tina, claiming that she can't be without him. She said that she adores and worships him so much as a lover. Her love to him is infinite. Lucas reminded her that their relationship was nothing more than brothers and sister. Tina shouted, "Don't say such nonsense." She couldn't control herself anymore. She approached Lucas closer in and caressed his face slightly, saying those lust words of love to him. "I am not only following you every footstep but also wanting you to be in my possession forever." Hearing these words, he expressed the fear on his face as his body broke out in a cold sweat. This is not the time to say anything, but at this moment, not sure what to do but to run. Lucas had directly rejected Tina, but no one can expect that Tina has become more and more obsessed with Lucas. Lucas's memories of the past stop now as he returns to reality. He did not expect that while that he was in a daze, but Lisa, Ella's best friend, went into Ella's hospital room, and at the same time told her a secret. Didn't expect that Tina's mother is a relative of Lisa. What a coincidence. Ella taking advantage of this opportunity to ask Lisa about Tina. Lisa also did not hide anything. Tina has been abroad for 5 years due to her health condition. The cause of her mental illness is she was obsessed in love with a boy but was opposed by the boy's family. Over time, she grew a mental problem. Hearing the story and referring to the facts about Lucas, Ella is smart enough to realize the boy in Lisa's story was actually her husband. After losing her right to be with her crush, Tina drank a whole bottle of tranquilizers. Although she was saved after the incident, she could only stay abroad for treatment. On the other hand, Lucas could only silently pray, hoping that this girl would never appear to his life again, but he did not know that Ella already figures out the whole story about him and Tina. After going back to the room, Lucas saw his wife with a quiet face. "Is the daughter your auntie mentioned as Tina?" Facing with the tough question from Ella, he remained silent and did not answer. He just went to the kitchen washing strawberries to evade her question, but the Ella wouldn't let him off the hook that easy. Even though Lucas later brought the delicious strawberry in front of her, she still turned a blind eye to the strawberries. Lucas can only choose to seduce her. He put a strawberry in his exposed mouth and immediately pressed his body close to hers. They are now mouth to mouth, followed by the sound of the two eating the sweet strawberry. Tina doesn't know what to say. She's the one who likes this seductive action the most. She totally surrendered under her husband's seduction, the love couple immersed in love and romance. The auntie who just left the hospital gate received a call from her daughter abroad. Tina has been completely recovered from her mental illness since last week, can be discharged quickly. She really longs to return to her home country soon, to return to the side of Lucas. Tina's mom at this moment feels pity for her daughter, however, does not dare to answer, can only reassure her daughter. But the mother seemed to take her perseverance lightly. The scene show that the girl had thrown the phone into the river. Then frantically scream, "I need to go back. My lover is still waiting for me."